Personally, one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars franchise easily has to be Lando Calrissian. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, after the death, the passing of Carrie Fisher, I'm sure that Disney and Lucasfilm were trying to find their way of including a legacy character, and that ultimately became the decision to bring in Billy Dee Williams as Lando Calrissian in the final installment of this trilogy. Now, granted, we still do have Carrie Fisher and her involvement in Episode 9, but that is, of course, by use of unused footage from both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. They wanted an actor that is actually considered to be a legacy character in the Star Wars franchise to actually be alive and well and be working on the movie on set, and have a lot of fans know that. So, the fact that Billy Dee Williams is back for Episode 9 as Lando has a lot of people very excited. And what's really interesting about all of this is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions. But one thing that really does interest me is that apparently both Billy Dee Williams and Eunice Suetamo, who, by the way, plays Chewbacca, are all set to film a scene over at Pinewood Studios in the UK during the second week of November. This sequence is said to involve a mechanical set piece of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon that both Billy Dee and Eunice will film a scene in. Another sequence to be shot will include a set for the two actors, a set that is described as a corridor where extras dressed as stormtroopers will be firing at both Williams and Suetamo. Almost sounds like a moment from A New Hope before everyone falls in the trash compactor in Star Wars A New Hope. I'm sure all of you remember that. Now, the last part that does interest me, of course, is the shoots for these two sequences, is said to last only 5 days before Billy Dee starts working with Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega, and Daisy Ridley. So no mention of Oscar Isaac just yet working with Billy Dee. We'll have to wait and see if that actually happens, but he will be working with Eunice Suetamo, Kelly Marie Tran, Daisy Ridley, and John Boyega. So that does in fact mean that there will be scenes with Lando Calrissian participating in missions with Rey, Finn, Rose, and Chewbacca. Now, the thing that I'm really looking forward to is how one of the shooting locations is over at Pinewood, and they're going to be using a mechanical set, one of which is that cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and Billy Dee will be joining in with Chewbacca as Lando Calrissian. So that, to me, it sounds like they're trying to recreate or bring back the Chewbacca and, somebody else by his side dynamic besides him and Rey. It seems like they're trying to get that feel of Chewbacca and Han Solo back into play here, because let's look at the original trilogy, right? If Chewbacca wasn't really with Han, he was with Lando Calrissian in parts of certain movies there. So with that being said, I think that Billy Dee as Lando joining Chewbacca is just an interesting dynamic to see on the big screen once again in Episode 9. Now, we haven't seen that dynamic since, what was it, like Return of the Jedi? It's been so long, we haven't really seen that all too much, and we saw glimpses of it as well in The Empire Strikes Back. So, I'm sure that 9 Num is going to have scenes with Lando Calrissian, as we have heard lightly before these past couple of months, that 9 Num will have a scene with Lando Calrissian when he actually does have his scenes with Maz Kanata. And by the way, he will also be working with Lupita Nyong'o. So it seems as though that Billy Dee has a large role in this movie, because he's been filming since September, and we are now approaching November. And, we also know that J.J. Abrams plans on filming all the way until February of 2019. As long as no issues come in the way and no major reshoots are placed, that is their aim right now, is to end everything in February. So, the fact that they're spending 3 months over in Jordan, with Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, all the other actors, of course they're going back and forth, doing different, scenes over at Pinewood and Cardington here and there. The fact that Billy Dee Williams will reportedly be filming all the way into December tells us that he is going to have quite the significant role, kind of like how Han Solo had his role in The Force Awakens. I think that now what they're trying to do is make Han prominent in The Force Awakens, Luke prominent in The Last Jedi, and then originally it was supposed to be Leia in Episode 9, but I think that she's going to be like a supplement. I think that Lando is going to be the prominent character of Episode 9 as far as a legacy character goes. Alright, so I would love to hear your opinion on this, especially the corridor sequence that is to be shot. It's really bringing me back to A New Hope, at least the visions that I'm having in my head right now, of him and Chewbacca going up against First Order stormtroopers in that corridor using blasters. So that tells us that Billy D will have a little action. Maybe he won't be running around, you know, like he's 20, 30-something, 40-something years old, but he will be, you know, doing something pretty cool, like shooting a blaster at stormtroopers. That we can expect to see. And heck, you know what? If Carrie Fisher as Leia was able to do it, he should be able to do it too. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.